Let's talk about Isaiah Hartenstein. He made his OKC Thunder debut last night in a double-digit win over the Trailblazers. OKC signed the 7-foot big man over the offseason for about $30 million a year, but a hand injury in preseason delayed his Thunder debut. In his debut though, he had 13 points, 14 rebounds, 4 blocks, and generally was just an absolute spark plug for this Thunder team. So much so that I thought a little film session is in order to truly show the impact he had, both last night and moving forward for the Thunder. We'll kick it off with an immediate, simple rebound, not always a luxury on these Thunder teams recently. On his literal first offensive possession, he gets the ball at the free throw line extended, stays patient, finds SGA who draws the easy double, rolls, and immediately shows off the passing skill with a bullet to DJ's shooting pocket for a potential hockey assist to a wide open Caruso. On the very same possession, he gets a successful tip over 3 Trailblazer rebounders and cuts for a typical would-be slam if he wasn't coming off injury. The possession doesn't yield anything but his fingerprints were all over this game from the get-go. Just a few plays later here, he earns the Thunder another try, chasing down a rare Shea midi miss. For his very first Thunder bucket, he hits a ghost screen on Shea, with Portland kindly doubling, and he quickly rolls and finishes with some touch over a mismatch in the paint. With just a few minutes remaining in the quarter, he plays some nice switch defense onto Deni Avdija, who recognizes and passes out. Here, Hartenstein quickly recognizes Scoot's tendency to drive, rotates over and help, and plays perfect up and down rim protection for the stop. This one really went under the radar. The assumption usually is if you have a big in the paint, it's harder to drive, they clog it, which can be true, but here, Hartenstein dives and seals off the undersized Scoot Henderson to clear the way for Caruso. Sneaky stuff and good recognition there from AC. Here, iHeart bumps Shea's defender, clearing the way for a contested drive, typically either a bucket or turnover for OKC, fine odds, but with Hartenstein's rebounding, he crashes and finishes the putback through contact. And as time expires here, he plays some pretty great perimeter D with a contest on the 3-point shot. He kicked off his second frame similarly, switching from Rob Will to Jeremy Grant with ease, disrupting Portland's rhythm by poking the ball with active hands and getting a monster defensive board in a scrum. We then get a simple on-ball screen that doesn't yield points this time but opens up more space for Dub than he's had all season. I think this possession also went a little under the radar. Some really simple positioning from Hartenstein here opens up a pretty wide driving angle for the adept AJ Mitchell, who takes it but can't finish. Rob Williams, though, having to pick Mitchell up leaves the potential open for Hartenstein to grab an offensive board, which he does. Here we've got another on-ball screen. Dub draws the double, is a good enough passer to quickly find Hartenstein, who finds himself in a situation where he's really dangerous. Draws the attention of 2 defenders, takes a dribble, and makes the correct read in getting it to Caruso in the dunker spot for an easy bucket. Literally one play later, he plays some really attentive help defense on Scoot Henderson while keeping an eye on Rob Will, who eventually ends up with it. He gets beat with a quick step, but uses those great hands to poke the ball, get another possession back for OKC, which eventually turns into a Jalen Williams 3-pointer. Another simple on-ball screen, Shea rejects, grabs the attention of both defenders, and Hartenstein has a wide open lane to go to work with. Another pretty small example of good hands here, he gets a poke on it as Scoot attempts to come down with it, causes a bit of mayhem which Alex Caruso happily takes advantage of. Here we get a straight line drive from Jeremy Grant, iHeart seals off Rob Will, takes him out of the play completely and showcases some really nice rim protection. Probably the most wild play of the night, we get a Hartenstein DHO, then screen, same song and dance with Shea getting a double and passing to Hartenstein with space. And we see a ridiculous behind the back pass to rookie AJ Mitchell, who eventually gets blocked. On the literal same play, Hartenstein cuts, gets the dish, and spins for another behind the back pass. Again, this one missed. Here, Shea gets blitzed, again having the wherewithal to get the ball to a streaking Hartenstein. He makes the correct decision in attacking the rim, just doesn't have the rhythm here to see it through. Again, something that will probably come with getting back into games regularly and playing with this OKC team more. Time running out in the third, Portland with the ball, hands. Simple stuff, on-ball screen, roll, seals a much smaller defender, positions himself, and gets an easy lay. This play ultimately doesn't work out, but I like the thought process. Screen, roll, tries the no look to Ousmane Dieng in the paint, another one that years of chemistry would undoubtedly help. DHO left open and what many think is probably out of range. splash. Here we've got a nice play design from Portland. We get a pick from both Kamara and Rob Will on Lou Dort. Theoretically, both Shea and Hartenstein would get lost in the sauce for an easy sharp slam, but iHart recognizes and has enough time to blow it up. Right after that, he runs the full length of the court in transition for an easy slam himself. Hartenstein gets the ball in space with a late rotation, could easily go to work as most bigs would, but he stays patient, finds an open dub for an easy 3 on a hot shooting night. Just a few minutes left in this one, and now OKC has a comfortable lead. Hartenstein cuts, almost travels, and then gets an easy bucket simply just existing near the gravity of Jalen Williams. Some more stellar defense, and that's all she wrote. Obviously, Hartenstein's night wasn't perfect, there were misses, turnovers, and more, but I think his Thunder debut was a small taste of what he can offer the Thunder, especially once Chet Holmgren re-enters the lineup, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed.